2,000 years ago, in a world ruled by blood, ambition, and unshakable empires, there emerged a man who stood apart from every king, every general, and every tyrant of his age. A man who would come to be remembered not only as a conqueror of enemies, but as a conqueror of the human spirit itself. His name was Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king of Rome. Imagine the empire at its height. Marble palaces shining in the sun, legions marching with unbreakable discipline, and an emperor whose face was carved with both the sternness of battle and the calm of wisdom. While other rulers drowned themselves in greed and glory, Marcus walked the frozen frontiers of the empire, shoulder to shoulder with his soldiers, wrapped in heavy cloaks, his breath turning to mist in the bitter northern air as barbarian tribes roared at Rome's gates, threatening to tear down everything his ancestors had built. By day, he was a warrior, a commander who ordered legions into brutal combat where shields shattered and steel rang in the air. But when night fell and the campfires burned, he withdrew into silence. Not into feasts or luxuries, but into thought. And there, with a simple lamp flickering beside him, he wrote the words that would outlive kings, outlast empires, and guide humanity for centuries. Words that became his immortal book, Meditations. In those writings, he whispered truths born from fire and war, reminding himself and us that real power does not lie in crowns, thrones, or armies, but in the quiet mastery of one's own soul. He declared, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And strength he found. For though his enemies were countless and his burdens heavy, he never surrendered to despair. He taught his people and future generations that fate cannot be controlled, but virtue can, and that the storms of life must be met with calm, patience, and courage. When at last, in the year 180 AD, his body grew weak and death approached, Rome gathered to bid farewell. They placed his body upon a great pyre, and as the flames rose into the night sky, it was said that the empire itself wept, for it was not merely a ruler they were losing, but the last great emperor of Rome's golden age, a man who had carried the weight of the world and yet never let the fire within him die. Today, his statues still stand in marble halls and broken ruins, but they are not just stone. They are voices across time, reminding us that while empires fall and centuries fade, wisdom is eternal. And the legacy of Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled the mightiest empire on earth yet conquered himself, still burns like an unquenchable flame in the soul of humanity.